I need someone on days like this, I do. On days like this, oh, can you hear my heart say, hello, bookish friends. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew, and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading. And for today's video, I am very excited to film one of my favorite videos ever. And it's one of my favorite videos not only to film for you guys, but to watch. And that is time for our monthly book haul. I'm so excited. So what I was planning on originally doing with this video is I was going to show you every single book I got from December of 2025 till March 2026. But then I calculated how many books I got throughout those 3 or 4 months, whatever that math is, and it was like 70 plus books. So I thought, why not do these individually, go backwards a little bit. So starting today, I'll be filming my March book haul. I am currently home alone this weekend, so I have the house to myself. And so I thought, what a perfect time to film. No distractions, no nothing. I've already fed my dogs for their dinner time, so they should be sleeping and relaxing downstairs. My brother's coming home from work not till later tonight, so literally let's just sit down, talk about all things bookish. Let me turn off my fan though, because the last video I filmed, it was pretty loud. Okay, so as you guys know, it is time for it's time for our March book haul. I'm so excited to jump into this because we got some beautiful books lately. Like, look at all these sprayed edges. Like, I'm so excited to show you guys. So without further ado, grab a snack, grab a drink, grab a blanket. My blanket's behind me, but I'm actually a little warm today, so I won't be wearing it. But I got the last of my root beer from Cane's that I went to lunch today, so I'll be sipping on this throughout the video. Before we jump into the actual video though, let me show you what I'm finished / what I'm currently reading. So in the month of April, I'm trying to read books from authors who are going to Y'all West this year because I'm gonna go. I can't wait. It's literally happening next Saturday and I'm so stinking excited for it. So I just finished reading Make Me a Monster by Kaylani, and oh my goodness, I almost DNF'd this book a couple times because there was some repetitiveness in here. There was the word baby repeated like 30,000 times or something, and that was driving me nuts. I was like, what the heck, can we find a different word please? But then there was these twists and turns that happened right in the first half of the book, and I was like, whoa, I was not expecting the brutal death scene from Kaylani. If you don't know who she is, she's a well-known YA fantasy author. This is her newest standalone novel that came out in September last year, and I just finally got around to finishing it today, even though it's such a short book. It really would have taken me one day to read it, but I started this Friday night when I was at work, and I could have finished it then, but work got busy Friday, so I decided to finish this one today. But nonetheless, I really enjoyed this. Like I said, I almost DNF'd it, but I didn't. So I'm going to give this 3.5 out of 5 stars, maybe 4 stars just to be nice. But I cannot wait to meet Kaylani. She's one of the authors that I want to meet personally. So I'm really hoping that I can do so and get this book signed. The narrator's voice for the monster themselves was so creepy. I was just really shocked. I was like, whoa, this is actually giving me chills, you know? So nonetheless, I really enjoyed this. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Not my favorite read of the month, but still one I would recommend. I feel like this is a perfect book to read in the fall season as well. You know how you just have those perfect reads in the perfect season? That's how I felt about Make Me a Monster. The next book that I am currently reading, I actually just started this one tonight as well, and that is the same backwards as forward, or yeah, either side is the same. This is book 6 in the Inheritance Game trilogy, not trilogy, but Inheritance Game saga. I'm really excited because Jennifer Lynn Barnes is going to Y'all West. Every time I get on camera, I have to sneeze. It's irritating. Anyways, Um, Jennifer Lynn Barnes is going to Y'all West as well, and I love the Inheritance Game trilogy. I'm going to try my hardest to get all 6 books by Jennifer Lynn Barnes signed, but I don't know if I want to carry the whole trilogy or if I just want to get the original trilogy signed, if that makes sense. So I barely started this one right before getting on camera. I'm literally on chapter 2, so I can't really say too much about it, but I know these are short stories, part of the world. I don't want to spoil you guys of who the characters are in case you're not caught up with the series, but I am almost caught up. This is the only book I haven't read yet besides the newest one that comes out in July, I think it is. But nonetheless, I'm reading this. It has beautiful sprayed edges, and I'm excited to see what this one has in store for me. One of these stories we kind of already read in a short story collection called Games Untold. So I'm not sure if I want to reread that story or if that one will give us more growth and more depth to the story. So maybe I will, and I'll let you guys know. But look forward to my weekly vlog that I'm currently filming for you guys. Okay, let's jump into the book haul. As always, anybody I mention will be left in the description box below. I mostly get my books from either Target, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, or from book subscription boxes. And the majority of the books that I got was actually from Barnes & Noble this month. And I got 2 books sent to me from Penguin Teen. So let's start off with those arcs that I got from Penguin Teen because I'm really excited for them. They are both books coming out this summer. And let me grab those. I was going to start off with another book, but let me just shout out Penguin Teen for a minute because I'm one of their influencers and I'm really stoked for both of these books. These are very different genres, but the first one I have is Girls Like Us by Jennifer Dugan. I'm so excited. If you guys don't know what this book is, this is a sequel and follow-up novel to Some Girls Do, which is a sapphic YA romance that I read for my book club pick last year. 2 years ago now. It's been a while since I read book 1, so I might need to do a little reread of book 1, which I'm not mad about because I love Jennifer Dugan. She's an auto-buy author for me, so because this one is a sequel, I won't talk too much about it, but just know I'll definitely be reading this early, and I haven't announced it in a video yet, but this is our May book club pick for Queer Reads. If you don't know, I have a book club called Queer Reads, where we read queer and own diverse voices, and anybody who wants to join is more than welcome to. Just let me know down in the comments below. This one comes out May 5th of this next month, actually, because I'm filming this mid-April. The next one is a YA thriller, and this is Lies Between Us by Jessica Goodman. I also love Jessica Goodman. She's also another auto-buy author for me. This one says, do you ever really know the people you love? From New York Times YA bestseller author of They Wish They Were Us, Jessica Goodman comes a gripping new mystery set in an idyllic summer that unravels into suspicion, desires, and betrayal, where friends keep secrets, siblings hide truth, and one tragedy shatters the fragile bonds of family. Dun dun dun. This one comes out June 2nd, I believe. If not, I'll have the correct release date on the screen here up above. But again, thank you so much, Penguin Teen. I can't wait to read this. I feel like this will be a perfect summertime read, and honestly, I want to dive into it right now. And I believe this is set in Maine as well, which will be really cool if that's true. Okay, next one. You guys will be really shocked at me. At Barnes & Noble last month, I picked up an adult romance novel. Like, what? Me picking up an adult romance novel? Like, who am I? So, with that saying, this is my friend Karina and Kaylani's book club pick for the month of April. I haven't read this one yet, but I might do so after reading the same forward as backwards, and that is Across the Vanishing Sky by Catherine Cowles. I picked this up because I was really shocked to see this at my local Barnes & Noble. I was like, holy moly, this is actually out in the wilds. That's insane. This is book 1 of a 6-book series, 5-book series. I don't remember how many is coming out. I just know that I saw what tropes is in here. It's a small town setting with morally great characters, and I think we deal with a murder mystery, if I'm not mistaken. The back says he spent a lifetime trying to escape his dark past, but to save her, he'll wade back into the shadows. I'm sold on that alone. I've just been hearing nothing but amazing things about this book and this author. Catherine Cowles, I haven't read anything from before, but these pretty edges is what kind of sold me on this book. I was like, ooh, I never see sprayed edges on a paperback anymore, so I thought that was really cool. And hopefully I can read this one in the month of April. If not, I'll catch up in the month of May. Oh, one of my arcs almost fell. That's wild. Stay up. Speaking of Jennifer Dugan and speaking of my book club pick, this was my book club pick for the month of March. And I'm so sad to say I didn't get around to reading this one. But yikes. But I have an audiobook saved on my Libby account, and that is Anderson and Bloom by Jennifer Dugan. This is Jennifer Dugan's newest adult romance novel. This is a standalone one. This one says, a former child star turned florist's quiet life is turned upside down when her annoyingly hot ex and former co-star shows up in town with plans to write a tell-all memoir. Ooh, I heard some people who read this in my book club really loved this one, and they said this is like the best contemporary book I've picked out for the club. Not gonna say I ate it, but I definitely ate it, you know? Nonetheless, I'm excited to see what this one is. I think contemporaries are just like perfect time to read them in the springtime. It's just like my favorite season to do so. I know once I start this book, I won't be able to put it down, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one goes. And then the next 2 books, my paperbacks are falling. Sorry guys, it's a mess. The next 2 books are a little bit of a spoiler for Owlcrate's subscription box. I got my February and my March box together, so I'm going to be putting those in this book haul. For February, it was A Stage Set for Villains by Shannon J. Span. Shannon is also going to Y'all West, so I need to read this sooner rather than later. I want to save this as my last read because I feel like this is a 5-star prediction for me. I hear if you love Carval, you will definitely love this. And then I also got The Gravewood by Kelly Andrew, which I believe both books are #1 New York Times bestsellers right now, if I'm not mistaken. But nonetheless, these ones I just hauled in a double Owlcrate unboxing video. I'll leave that up above in the cards below or down in the description box. I won't be showing off how beautiful they are, but just look at these edges. Like, what? And then this one has green edges all the way around. Yes, please. I'm so stoked for this. I have an unboxing of this. So again, that's up above or down below. Both of these are YA fantasy, and this is a YA thriller. I think this is a standalone, and then this one I saw was the first book of a new series on Goodreads, so that's really cool to see what this author has in store. Kelly's also going to go to Y'all West this year, so I have so many books I need to catch up on. I'm not stressed about it. Yeah, I'm not stressed. Not at all. No. Me being stressed? What is that like? Next, starting off with March new releases, we got Her Hidden Fire by Clear Donna O'Sullivan, I think is the author's name. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. This is a YA fantasy about dragons. And when I saw dragons, I was like, sold. That's it. That's all I need to know. Not only is this a YA book club for Good Morning America, it's also a debut novel, which we love. This says, her magic has love. The world won't let her have both. And look at these beautiful sprayed edges. Like, I'm telling you, all these edges that I've been getting lately are so stunning. Nonetheless, I'm excited to see how this one goes. It says, how far would you go to empower the one you love, even if it spells your doom? Huh? What? I'm sold. I honestly can't wait. And then going on to the March new releases train, we got The Dragon and the Sun Lotus by Amelia Wen Zhao. This is book 2 and the finale to the Scorpion and the Night Blossom duology. I'm not sure what that series name is called, but I recently read book 1 in the month of March, and I really enjoyed it. You'll see that in my March wrap-up. So I'm diving into book 2, which is why there's a bookmark in here. I actually bought this bookmark while I bought this book, and it says, "Bury me with my TBR list." Because, like, I'm pretty sure that will happen. Hopefully not anytime soon, but, you know, it could happen eventually. Again, another book with pretty sprayed edges. I love. Hopefully I can wrap this one up because it is a duology. So maybe I'll pick this up in either this month or again in May or even during the summer. I'm sure I'll pick it up sometimes this summer. I can't believe summer is like 2 months away. Next one I have that is a March new release is Prodigal Tiger by Samantha Chong. This is a YA fantasy debut novel that is, I want to say, Malaysian-inspired folklore. Yeah, the small synopsis on here says, Prodigal Tiger is a rich cinematic celebration of Malaysian magic and folklore, as well as an emotional exploration of living in the diaspora. And I believe Samantha based this off her grandparents' backstory as well. And so many of my favorite authors have blurbed this. Jun Seelan Tan blurbed this. And I think Chloe Gong blurbed this as well, but I don't see it on the finished copy. I could be wrong. Nonetheless, this is a YA fantasy standalone. I don't know too much about it. Kind of reminds me of Elizabeth Lim's books, so hopefully if I love that, I will definitely love this one as well. I won't be doing summaries too much because A, I don't have a lot of time on my camera roll, and B, I like to go into my books kind of blind, and this one was honestly a cover buy. On that same vein of March new releases, I got Midnight at the Celestial by Julia Alexandria. This is a YA fantasy standalone that I have an e-arc of on NetGalley, and so I thought, why not buy a physical copy? That way I can read it soon and then put my book review in as well. I don't know too much about this except it says, welcome aboard the Celestial. Fly with morphic wings while eating chocolate that blooms into flowers. Bask in endless night spas with oils that conjure fond memories. Book a show on a floating seat under the stars. Swim in the lagoon with mermaid tails. Relish in it all. But dear guests, do not leave your room after dark. What? I'm sold. I can't wait to see what this one has in store. This is another YA debut fantasy novel as well. So I'm really looking forward to discovering new voices this year. I feel like that's like the one thing I've been doing a lot is discovering diverse and new voices. For new releases for March, I didn't take the sticker off, and I should have. But I got Enamorada, I think is how this one's pronounced. This is by Ava Reed. She's an author that is a hit and miss for me. I didn't love A Study in Drowning, which is so weird because I enjoyed it the first time I read it, and then I recently tried to reread that so I can read the sequel afterwards, and I just couldn't get into my reread. I don't know if it's because it was the wrong book at the wrong time, or I just already knew the story and I was kind of getting bored. But nonetheless, when I heard she had a new book coming out, I was really happy because I loved Fable at the End of the World by this author. That was such a fun dystopian book, and this is the complete opposite of that. This one is a adult fantasy gothic story. It deals with necromancers, and that's all I really need to know. It's the first of a duology. It's another book with pretty sprayed edges, like hello. And then we also, let me get my receipt out. We also got pretty artwork on the end papers, and then same thing on the back side. Oh, there goes my cover. And then pretty artwork on the back side as well. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm really nervous for this one the most, just because A, it's chunky, and B, it's gothic fantasy. And lately, I haven't been enjoying gothic fantasy, but this is an author that I know if I read this at the right time, it would be a hit for me. If it's not, I'll be so sad because it wasn't like too expensive, because as you can see, this was $5 off from Barnes, which I was really happy to see that, but also a little scared because I was like, whoa, this book just came out. Why is it already on sale? So who knows? I'm excited to see what this one's all about. I haven't read a good book with necromancers in a minute, so I'm really looking forward to that. Going on to the new releases train before we get to all of our book subscription box. The last March new release I have is The Library of Allurial, I think is how this one's pronounced. I should really know how to say these big fancy titles, but I don't. This is by Kaylani Josephson. I read books by her before. She was the author of the Stormcrow duology, and I really love that one. That was a fun YA fantasy. And I don't know if this one's YA or if this one's adult. I want to say it's adult because I found this in the adult fantasy section at my local Barnes. But look at these pretty edges. Like, yes, please. I love it. It actually matches the book as well. And then, of course, there's pretty artwork on the end papers. And then on the hardcover case itself. Like, they're just getting prettier and prettier nowadays, you know? And then I think there's artwork. Yeah, there's artwork on the back as well. Like, how cool is this? And I also heard... Oh, I almost dropped the book. I also heard this is another duology as well. I don't want to know too much about this because I want to go into it blind because it's the author's debut fantasy for adults. But yeah, I don't know too much about it, except it was on my new releases list, and I was like, this is one I must get. I actually forgot that it came with sprayed edges, though, so when I saw it for the first time at Barnes, I was like, oh yeah, this one did came with sprayed edges. So I'm really stoked to see how this one goes. Maybe I'll wait until there's an announcement for book 2, because I think the author, I think Kaylin is currently writing it, so I'll kind of wait for book reviews / waiting for book 2 book news to come out. And then for February new releases, I got some at Barnes. So I got Amari and the Metalwork Menace by B.B. Allison. This is book 4 of the Amari series. I read books 1 through 3 and absolutely loved them. I'm not going to go into this one as much as I did with other books because it is a direct sequel to this universe. But if you love Percy Jackson and if you love, Nick Blake and the Remarkables, you'll definitely love this series as well. I wonder if there's going to be a 5th book coming or not. I'm hoping there is, because ending this on a 4-book series where book 4 is the smallest of the 4 books so far has me a little nervy. So hopefully I'll love this one. Again, hopefully I'll read it sometime soon. Have you read this one? Is it good? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And then this one I actually did read. You'll see this in my March wrap-up. And that is The Poet Empress by Shen Tao. This is another adult fantasy debut. This is actually a book I got from Aardvark. I'm really stoked that I've been loving their book picks lately and also been reading some of them. I haven't been reading all of my book picks because I got a couple in April and also in March, but in February I only picked one, and I actually got around to reading this because I had the audiobook available, and oh my goodness, whoever's the narrator for that audiobook did an amazing job. I fell in love with this Mulan retelling. I love a Mulan retelling, so when I heard about this one, I was like, yes, this one I need to pick up immediately, and I did, and I gave this 5 stars. It was the easiest 5-star read for the month of March, and I won't say too much except that if you love Mulan, definitely pick this one up. And the last February new release that I have is Star Wars Outlaw Low Red Moon by Mike Chen. If this isn't a Drew's Ambitious reading video without mentioning Star Wars, I don't know what channel this will be, you know? Every single video, I feel like I mention a Star Wars book, no matter how I could fit it in. But nonetheless, I'm excited for this. I love Mike Chen's writing. I read Star Wars Brotherhood by him and absolutely fell in love with his writing. This is actually a part of the universe of the Star Wars saga that I haven't learned from yet. So I might need to do a little bit of some digging going into this one. But nonetheless, I'm excited to learn about these new characters. I don't know if I need to read anything going into this one. So if there's any other Star Wars fan on my channel, please let me know. Because I don't know if I need to read this before going into other books or not. Or if this is like a standalone novel. Root beer break. Cheers. Okay, let's jump into the last couple books that I have for this haul. And these last couple books are just my book subscription boxes. And so I already talked about Owlcrate and Aardvark, but I haven't talked about my Allurial picks or my book of the month. So let's start with Allurial. With Allurial, it's a romantasy pick with 3 options that you can get each month. And some of them are first books of a series. Some of them are fantasy standalone novels. I'm stumbling over my words. But nonetheless, these 2 books are really exciting reads for me. One's an adult dystopian novel, and the other is an adult fantasy that is dealing with vampires. And with the vampire story, my main pick for March was We Become Darkness by Grace Morrow. If you got this one in March, you would actually have got it early, and I'm really stoked for that because I love getting books early, especially with books that are so pretty like this one. It's so cool. I can't wait to see what this one has in store. I believe this is another standalone novel too. It says, "I'd rather take a stake to my own heart than be prepared from you again." Dun dun dun. It just sounds so cool. I'm ready for more vampire stories. And I think it deals with a competition setting for that one. And then the next one that I have was To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. This is a first of a dystopian duology. And book 2 actually just got announced. It won't come out till 2027, sadly. So I won't be reading this one for a while unless I get the audiobook available to me. But this is another one where it has the beautiful edges on here. It has birds going all the way around. It says, "Get in, get out, don't fall in love." Sounds cute, sounds scary, and hopefully I love it. And then let's fly through these last 4 books that I got from Book of the Month. My main pick is one that I'm a little nervous about because there's been getting mixed reviews about. But this is Lady Tremaine. Excuse me, I have hiccups now. This is Lady Tremaine by Rachel Hockenhauser, I think is the author's last name. This is another debut novel from this author, and this is literally just a retelling of Cinderella, but it's from the villain's point of view. But do not picture the Disney villain while reading this, is what I heard, because I heard this villain is a lot creepier than the one in the Disney movie. At least that's what people have been saying so far, for those who love it. And then my add-ons, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this one because I'm not sure if I'll love it, but I got Wolfworm by T. Kingfisher. I got this because honestly it's hype right now, and I was like, let me give T. Kingfisher a try. But I'm not a huge fan of bugs, so ask me why I got it. I don't know. I think it was just to fill my box, you know? And then I got a highly anticipated sequel of mine, and that is And Now Back to You by B.K. Borson. This is book 2 of the trilogy. Book 3 will come out in March of next year, but I'm going to read this one soon because this is one of my highly anticipated reads for 2025, and I actually have this on the list of sequels I'm anticipating, so I'm hoping this is another 5-star read for me. I meant to buddy read this with Kaylani and Karina last month in February, but I just never got around to doing so. So hopefully this spring I can definitely get to it as well. And last but not least, this is another buddy read I'm doing with my friend Karina, and that is You Did Nothing Wrong by C.G. Drews. This is C.G. Drews' adult thriller for, debut adult thriller. I'm very stoked for this. I hear this has autism reps in here as well, which is amazing. It says the walls are closing in on her perfect new life. Single mother Eldie's life has become a fairy tale. She met Byrne, equal parts golden retriever, devoted and sinfully handsome. He's whisked her and her autistic son Jude away to the crumbling family house he's renovating. She has a new husband, a new home, and a new baby on the way. Everything is perfect until Jude claims that he can hear voices in the walls. He says their renovations are hurting the house. Even LD can't ignore something strange is going on. The question is it with the house or with her son? And what is LD hiding? What? I want to know what they're hiding. Super stoked for this. A little nervous for it as well because I'm not a huge fan of thrillers, but I definitely have this on my April TBR. Okay, so there you have it, folks. That is the video for today. I hope you enjoyed this. We made it all the way through with one take. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night. If you made it all the way at the end of this video, let's leave... If there's a TV emoji, let's leave a TV emoji because this is a highly anticipated read for me. So leave a TV emoji down in the comments below if you made it all the way through. Let me know which of these books I should pick up next because I'm currently reading the same forward as backwards right now, and then I'm looking for my next read. So let me know what I should read next down in the comments below. Have you read any of these books? Also let me know what you thought of them without spoilers, and I'll talk to you guys down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me soon, and I'll talk to you guys down below. Goodbye!